Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So tokenization has been a very big narrative around this space for a while. And then recently, stablecoins became the big talking point. Because again, stablecoins are such a massive piece of this space that's been kind of overlooked for years and years and years now. But up until the point where Ripple said, hey, guess what? RLUSD, it's on its way. We're going to be launching. After that, it felt as if the stablecoin discussions went into overdrive and stablecoins were everywhere. But if we go all the way back in time to 2022, I feel like that's when we saw it, right? Like, even though it was the bear market and we saw FTX implode, we saw Luna implode, the report came out in early 2023 that stablecoins were doing $11 trillion in annual growth volume. Like that's insane. $11 trillion in annual growth volume. Think about how crazy that is. Stablecoins in a bear market where things were looking like the sky was falling. There was no, good news anywhere. They still did $11 trillion. That's when we knew that stablecoins were going to be huge. Then towards the end of the year, Ripple puts out a post saying the stablecoin race is on. And it didn't even hit the market yet. The next year, we saw stablecoin discussions quite heavily. Then 2024 hit, stablecoins were everywhere. Now we have this. Stablecoins can no longer be ignored now that they are roughly 1% or more of the M2, and regulation will be top of mind for the Trump administration. So now stablecoins make up over 1% of the M2 market, which is the dollars out there in circulation. Think about how crazy that is. The M2 money supply, stablecoins now make up greater than 1%. Networks that capture the flow of tokenized dollars are set to benefit massively. Ethereum, Tron, and Solana. People don't even mention the XRP ledger. How funny is that? They've remained the networks with the largest stablecoin activity, with new up-and-coming protocols such as Tether's Plasma Network. Definitely a trade here, especially with Circle's coming IPO, expected sometime this year. Now, it's funny because, again, not a lot of people actually look at the XRP ledger and what Ripple is doing. Because, again, stablecoins making up roughly 1% of the M2 money supply. This is a huge move. And it's going to put stablecoins on the map. But stablecoins have already been at the top of the highest discussions going on in the US. For an example, Cynthia Loomis recently put out a post saying, as I gear up for the first digital asset subcommittee hearing, here's what to know. This is the first step towards bipartisan legislation. We'll hear from experts who shape policy on market structure and stablecoins. Stay tuned for live stream details. Yes, this is a big deal. Now, this already passed, but when we think about what's going on now, stablecoins are at the highest, table now. They are being discussed in a big way. And again, I go back to April when the Treasury was talking with players from the space. Ripple, Lauren Beliv was there, Stellar was there, Chainlink was there, and I believe Circle was there. But they were talking about how they can integrate CBDCs, stablecoins, and even tokenized assets into the US financial system. Think about how crazy that sentence that just came out of my mouth actually is. That Ripple was there, Stellar was there, Chainlink was there, and even Circle was there. And the Treasury was addressing how to integrate these things into the US financial system. Now we are talking about regulation to back stablecoins. And we even hear from this new admin on how US dollar backed stablecoins can actually support the US system and the dollar dominance. Over here, Jeremy Allaire from Circle, he's saying that the US dollar pegged stablecoin issuers should get registered to operate in the US. So now he is pushing US registration And he's also been pushing regulation around stablecoins as well. But why shouldn't he? I mean, Circle is fully regulated. When we think about Circle and USDC, it is fully regulated. It's becoming one of the most successful stablecoins out there. And they want regulation because when it comes to the game, regulation is exactly what accelerates growth. But what Circle doesn't realize is how far ahead Ripple is with RLUSD. Just recently, we saw Ripple USD, RLUSD volume jump over 327%. Now, this was pretty significant. It wasn't anything too crazy, obviously. It was $203 million in dollar terms in terms of the actual trading volume, which is, again, it's good to see. But at the end of the day, this is a very small amount still. We want to see RLUSD fully grow at a rapid pace, but right now, it's not too bad for, a fresh launch. But what is going to fully support RLUSD? Well, we're going to get there in a second, but I have to start off with this post here as well, which was PayPal plans to integrate its stablecoin into more of its products this year in an effort to address all of its merchants' needs through a single platform. And we have from Monica Long, the president of Ripple. Sounds familiar. PayPal plans to integrate its stablecoin into more of its products this year in an effort to address all of its merchants' needs through a single platform. She's saying sounds familiar because RLUSD is now integrated into the entire Ripple, suite of products, which when we think about that, you have Ripple Custody, you have Ripple Payments, you have Ripple Liquidity. I mean, there's so much that Ripple's actually offering here, and they want to be that all-in-one platform so that they can address the needs of institutions and the big players out there. And that's exactly what PayPal is now doing. Interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, it definitely does sound very familiar. Now, is there any direct correlation here between PayPal and Ripple? We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen here, but I did find this very interesting. But it also highlights that these big players like PayPal are going all in on the stablecoin initiative. But let's get back to RLUSD and the US. So here we actually have from the Bank of America CEO. Big shout out to Bank XRP for this. It's pretty clear that there's going to be a stablecoin which is going to be a fully dollar-backed. It's no different than a bank account. Ripple RLUSD, they're a 10-year-old partner. Check this out.
It's pretty clear there's going to be a stablecoin, which is going to be a fully dollar-backed, type of thing, which is no different than a money market fund with check access. Is no different than a bank account, really. And so, if they make that legal, we'll go into that business. So you'll have a Bank of America coin and a US dollar deposit, and we'll be able to move them back and forth because now it hasn't been legal for us to do it, but it's just then like another foreign currency. The question of what it's useful for is going to be interesting. It's pretty clear.
So he says Bank of America coin. Interesting. Now, if Bank of America is going to have their own coin as well, every single bank will also have their own coin. The issue here is that they're walled gardens, though, because Citi's not going to utilize Bank of America coin. JP Morgan's not going to utilize Bank of America coin either. So they all have their own coin. This also, fully supports XRP's main use case as a bridge currency. But yeah, as we really think about what's going on here, RLUSD makes a lot of sense in these discussion pieces that we're hearing from even the biggest banks out there like Bank of America. And yeah, they are a 10-year-old partner of Ripple's. They still are a partner of Ripple's. Now we go back to the whole idea of USDC because everyone thinks that Circle is so far ahead of Ripple. Well, let's go over here. Big shout out to Smoke Dog for this. Remember, RLUSD is greater than USDC. However, USDC does differ in one crucial aspect from RLUSD, in that Circle does not offer its own blockchain. By being able to offer both the rails, its XRP Ledger blockchain, and the token that can move along those rails, RLUSD, for cross-border payments companies, Ripple is positioned to be able to provide a complete solution rather than needing to partner with other providers such as Circle's Ripple partnership to supply MoneyGram. Now, we know that Ripple, or in this case, Circle's partnership, it more so goes back to like Stellar with MoneyGram. But the thing that I'm really looking at when it comes to this is it goes back to the whole PayPal comment, right? From Monica Long. Yeah, Ripple has an all-in-one platform. It's a complete solution. If I was an enterprise user, if I was an institutional user, I would be looking at Ripple in a big way because Ripple spent well over a decade plus building out all of their solutions, and they have every single piece, every single tool that I need to build the best in class digital financial, use case. It could be any use case. Ripple has everything that I need. Now, also, given Ripple's institutional focus, that matters. While Circle's USDC is generally considered safe and regulated, a lack of trust charter is a weakness from an institutional perspective. And we know that Ripple has that trust because of their acquisitions in the past. When we think about that, that puts Ripple and RLUSD above Circle's USDC. This is a big thing to focus on. Now, on top of this, let's go over here. All you have to know, anything we do in mind of how we can make sure that XRP is as successful as possible for everyone here. This is Brad Garlinghouse. Now, I wanted to bring this comment up because I see a lot of people talking about RLUSD and how it doesn't matter for XRP. Guys, Ripple recently just put out a complete breakdown on stablecoins and how they are accelerating the next evolution of finance in terms of on-chain payments, DeFi, and even cross-border commerce. In this, they also addressed the XRP ledger use cases. They talked about the benefits that it has on the XRP ledger and how it has a specific role in terms of stablecoin growth. And then we also have the quote from Brad Garlinghouse.
Anything we do in mind of how do we make sure XRP is as successful as possible for everyone here.
And if we think about this, right, Ripple is paving a way to become a big player in the US financial system by having all of these discussions, all of these meetings with the biggest players in the US financial system. And they're pushing institutional grade DeFi forward. They're pushing these major use cases forward around utilizing blockchain. I mean, Ripple themselves, all their products are built on blockchain technology. So when we think about what's happening here, number one, regulation and legislation is now, removing all of the obstacles that were in the way of Ripple and even in the way of this entire space from growing rapidly. That's getting removed. Then, of course, we do have the adoption cycle. The adoption of this tech is already happening through the institutional players. We know this is true because of, Deca Bank, for an example, just recently, providing a great pathway. Ripple's there. How? Well, Ripple's providing that pathway through Ripple custody. Remember, once a bank like Deca Bank, for an example, has custody, they could build any additional use case on top of that now. This could be tokenization use cases. It could be institutional DeFi use cases. It doesn't matter. When we think about Ripple, they are right there as a powerhouse for the institutional side of things. And the stablecoin is a very big piece of all of that. And in the US, well, if the US is actually serious about becoming a crypto hub, Ripple's there to offer that all-in-one solution for any big player in the US that actually wants to go live with this tech. We know that this tech is not dying. It's only going to grow much bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like any other tech revolution out there, right? If the tech is actually good, if it provides benefits that are, exceptional, unlike anything else, why wouldn't it be adopted and why wouldn't it grow rapidly? It's just a very, very simple view. That's why this tech will only grow. That's why this space will only grow. But it's going to be the legitimate side of the space that grows. Not the nonsense, not the meme coins. That's why it's so crucial to drown out all of the noise and focus on what matters here. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.